I want you to close your eyes and imagine that you are a Jewish child in World War II, and you're in this area called a concentration camp, not knowing if you are going to live or die, watching your loved ones get dragged away on a train and never seeing them again. That's what life was like if you were a child in the Holocaust. Good morning, my name is Chase, and I'll be telling you about the children of the Holocaust and how they were treated. Children were especially vulnerable in the era of the Holocaust. They would send a majority of children directly to gas chambers in Auschwitz and other killing centers. Children ages 12 and up were laborers and subjects of medical experiments. Overall, they killed an estimate of about 1.5 million children. Jewish children died either to starvation, exposure, and lack of adequate clothing and shelter. German authorities considered young children unproductive and useless eaters. When the war ended, displaced persons searched for missing children. A majority of Jewish children survivors survived because they went into hiding.
The kitchen had an old-fashioned oven for baking bread. To the side, it was a deep oven. To the side was a little opening for 3 people just to squeeze in, where wood was kept. The kitchen was wallpapered, and it was really shreds sort of hanging. When they used to come to take people on slave labor, my father used to hide this from the inside that matched the rest of the wallpaper in the kitchen, torn the same way as the rest, to conceal this entrance into this little place next to the oven. And my father said the 3 of us run and hide there. Monday morning, when we heard the shooting already, in the house, we ran in to hide behind this oven in this little space that was open. This entrance was broken. So we went in the yard. There were shacks on the side. And as we ran out of the house in the shacks, we realized that the ghetto is burning. So we ran the last shack, there were a row of shacks. The last shack, we walked in and we saw that there was a ladder and there is a trap door. And we crawled up the ladder and we opened up the trap door. It was a loft that hardly you could squeeze in. We found 2 old Jewish men.
The person you just saw was Lisa Nesbom Derman. She was a young girl during the time of the Holocaust. She escaped a ghetto and hid out in a house with her father and younger brother. After the killers inspected her house, her father, her little brother, and herself hid there the rest of the day. When nighttime came, her father knew they could not hide there anymore. So that night, they went into the yard and found out that the ghetto was burning. But they were desperate, so they went in the last shack and found a ladder leading up to a trapdoor, and they went in and found 2 old Jewish men in there. Her father pushed the ladder away, and they hid in this loft for 3 days, with no food and very little water.